You fucked 30 guys and now you're in your feelings.
Now you're tired.
Right? You fucked 30 dudes and now you're healing? Now?
Yeah.
Like, and then a guy comes into your life and you want to make him wait to have sex with you. You know, and I granted, I think you should. Because you won't really find out if a guy's into you unless you make him wait. That's what I think.
But
right?
do you not feel like, again, but trauma is real? Like a lot of women that are actually highly promiscuous,
children are traumatized.
But but a lot of women that this hyper sexualization at this point could be due to sexual trauma as a child. Unfortunately, a lot of men are out here molesting young girls. And that could have led to her going to a path of promiscuity, not understand. She could have been molested by her own father.
Yeah, but that's different.
But it's not. It's actually very common. It's very common. Sexual trauma.
Yeah, but that's a different situation. We're talking about women who are just openly like this sexual.
No, a lot of women.
Sexual liberation thing.
Most sex workers have a history of sexual
right.
abuse.
And you're talking about sex workers. We're talking about general women.
There's
like
a lot of
the
sex
average
workers
woman.
nowadays.
But even the average woman, if you even have a consensus, how many of you guys have been molested? 1 in 5 women have been molested by a family member. So that's huge. That's also a competition.
Listen to what you just said. 1 in 5.
Yes.
They're still the minority. 1 in 5.
That gets reported.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of you guys went through that. Not all of you guys.
The other ones are just promiscuous by choice.
The other ones, you guys are just hoes. And nothing happened to you. And don't get me wrong, I know it happens.
Right.
I know it happens. I get it. I wasn't calling you a hoe, by the way.
But it happens. I'm just saying it happens on a larger scale. So
it happens to men too.
Right. It does.
I hate when women come on here and they're like, oh, you know, women go through this and women get, you know, domestic abuse. Men go everything. Yo, I'm talking. Right. A man is talking. Yeah. Whatever women have gone through, a man has gone through even worse. We don't report that shit. Okay. Men touch men too, little boys, and women touch little boys too.
Yeah, look at the Sound of Freedom.
Okay, now listen to this. Women will almost never touch little girls. Okay, usually men do that. But what I'm saying is, for a boy, a man will touch him, and a woman will touch him. Whatever the fuck you guys want to cry about, a man has gone through that shit even worse.
And you know what's crazy, bro? There's a comedian named D. Ray Davis who was on Vlad TV talking about him being molested by a woman that was supposed to be taking care of him, one of his mother's friends, and she made him perform oral sex on her. She said till this day he doesn't go down on women. Yeah. And he's a comedian, so he's making a joke out of it.
Yeah.
But when you really look at the reality of it, because what are men gonna say? Oh, you like that shit? You know you like that? Nah, what? Yo, if my son ever came to me and told me this woman touched me, hell no. Like that shit is not tolerated. There's nothing, you know, about exploiting a young boy's sexuality, you know, men or woman. You know what I mean? Like kids shouldn't be touched sexually. Like what they're doing now is exploiting young boys and girls' sexuality, teaching them about genders and stuff like that. That shit is whack. You know, I don't fuck with any of that. You know, but for him to make a joke out of it and then Vlad laugh about it, it lets you know that men are also being molested by both men and women, right? But when it happens to a man, it's different.
No one's discrediting that happens. It's a conversation that needs to be had.
Right. I think it's like the problem behind the problem, because that can be going into why a lot of men feel they have to have, you know, men that have been molested by other men and that they're going around confused about their sexuality.
Here's the problem, right? Let's say it happens to both men and women, right? Men still can't go out there and fuck 50 women just because they want to.
Right.
Women can.
Right.
A woman can hide under that umbrella and say, well, I was touched. And so I fucked 50 guys because I was touched when I was... A man can't really do that.
But can he say, I'm gay because I was touched by...
Yeah, but you're talking about the fucking minority of the minority, right?
And then there's women that that find it hard to be sexual with a man because she was abused when she was young. That don't even trust men intimately like that. They're like, no, I was touched when I was... And I'm afraid of men. Yeah. You know, so it's both ways.
It
like,
can go both ways, you know, but it breaks.
Well, here's my problem. When women go through something like that, right? You guys automatically choose being over sexual, like hypersexual. You guys could have went to the fucking library every fucking day and read the whole entire library. You guys could have chosen to knit. You guys could have chosen any other fucking thing, but you guys always go towards sex.
But that's the thing with psychology. It's innately. It may not be what I chose to
I don't
do.
think so.
I did choose to do it. Not saying me specifically, but if you look at the patterns with most sex workers, most women in the sex industry, they all have a common denominator. They've all
to say
been
it's
through
innate,
sex.
to say it's innate, it's like saying you have no choice but to go that route.
You had a choice, but if it's in your subconscious.
Yeah, but
That's
Chelsea, like I just said, there's women who aren't even able to be intimate with their
Right.
man.
But
It's
you know, it
hard
could
for
go
them.
both ways, though.
Yeah. So for example, when someone goes through domestic abuse, right? They witness domestic abuse. When they grow up, they're either going to be the abuser or the abused.
Right.
Same thing with sexual abuse. They're either going to be hypersexual or whatever the opposite of that is. I don't know what it is. You know
I
what
get
mean?
it, and I understand. So why do we choose to be hypersexual?
The reason why you
Right.
choose to be hypersexual is because of this sexual liberation
Yes.
agenda that's being
Yes.
pushed on y'all.
Definitely.
They're
Correct.
telling y'all it's okay to have a bunch of bodies. It's your body. It's your choice. You have the decision, and no one should judge you. But you guys judge each other. You guys are like,
Yes.
before a man sexually objectifies you, you have to sexually objectify yourself.
Right.
Are there some knuckleheads out there that are going to do it anyway? Yeah, but men like us don't respect guys like that. Women do deserve a certain level of respect, but that respect is instilled by you first. You're the one who opened your legs to that man in the first place. You have to take accountability. That's what it is. It's the lack of accountability. You know that a lot of men are dogs and lack sexual discipline, right? So why are you going dressed like that and not expect that kind of attention? Do you think a modest woman, and I'm not even talking about women that wear hijabs, you think a modest woman who dresses a certain way is going to command a certain kind of attention from a man, a sexual attention? Like I said before, a feminine woman who dresses modestly, who conducts herself within grace, men straighten up.
Yeah.
So there's men that don't even curse in front of
Yeah.
women. I might be here like bitch, and
Yeah.
everyone might be like, yo, bro, there's women in here, chill.
Yeah. Actually, it's the opposite. I'm
Yeah.
like, bitch. And you're like, yo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I know, here's to prove a point, right? When we were coming into the studio, I saw your lady here, and I'm looking at my surroundings. I'm like, yo, this is a really like elegant woman. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm looking at the girls with the way, like, even just by her being around, I'm like, yo, look at how she's dressed and look at how
Yep.
these girls are dressed. Look at how these girls are dressed. The ones that are coming, they don't, we don't know you guys, but look at how they're dressed, right? And immediately I'm like, yo, damn, like the right woman changes the whole environment. The right woman,
and it's also like you were saying, what we were saying earlier, that when we were talking about my God, what he was saying, that a woman that like you could see what a woman looks like through a man. That's literally it, because
Correct.
the way he carries himself,
Yes.
it's literally the way she carries herself as well. Because I noticed that as well, the way she was dressed, the way she was carrying herself, the way she approached. So you could see that through the way that he came in here as well, and we all noticed it because he was so quiet. He wasn't really giving anybody attention because he's a man for his women,
Right.
for one, not for like we would expect. We were right here sitting next to him trying to find out his life, and he was just numb. And I was
he don't
like,
got time
okay.
for the hoes.
Literally.
You know what I mean? He don't got time for the hoes. No
walked
offense,
in late.
ladies.
I didn't
You know what I mean?
It's true.
No,
I
listen.
was like, I walked in late,
but
so I didn't get to see her.
but also, he believes that a man represents his woman as well.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just
100%.
one-sided. He's not like, yo, my girl represents me. She's better be like, she has to be on her best behavior, but I can do whatever the fuck I want.
And she could have also been different. Like, before he met her, he could have been, like, I don't want to say that, but he could have been one of us. And then, like, because it's true, a man can change you. Like, a man can change you completely. And then she saw the way he carries himself, the way he dresses and everything. So she needed to go up into his standards and be like, this is my man, and I have to, be a little bit more dressed nice because of the way he is carrying himself.
And
for the record, it wasn't that.
Oh, no, but I'm just giving an example.
Okay. Yeah. But even then, that's why I always say that a woman should get with her man's program.
Yeah,
You know what I
we're
mean?
a reflection of each other.
Correct. And here's another thing. You bring up a good point, but men don't want to go into a woman's life and have to change her. It's straining as hell. I don't want to go with a girl.
But when it's like for example, in my position, it's like me dating an older man. Like, he's obviously gonna change me. You know what I mean?
I see what
because
you're saying.
I'm a younger woman. Like, I'm only 21.
Well,
I'm just
building
starting.
you.
No, no,
He's building
but,
you.
Exactly.
okay,
He's
but, there,
building me.
but there's a difference between like
Teaching
a
and
30-year-old or a 35-year-old coming into your life and saying, "Hey, listen, like this is the program," and then me having to change you.
Yeah, of course.
Right? Like if you were like her, hell no.
Of course, of course.
Fuck.
But
no.
it's mutual.
Really,
It's
no,
mutual.
really, you'll start to change yourself
Yeah,
because
no,
of the kind
no,
of
and
man
and
that
I'm
he
saying
is.
that because when
agree.
I was split with my partner for a while, I dated this guy for a couple months, and I changed the way I was dressing. He was suit and tie all the time, so I started wearing blazers, and I started wearing different clothes because of the way he would carry
You
himself.
should have
'Cause
started wearing
you're-
dresses.
I mean that too, but you know, you're not gonna go like I was not gonna be dressed like I am right now, being with that man. You know what I am?
So
Because
why are you dressed like that right now? If you're trying to attract a
do you
specific
want me
kind
to
of
be
man,
honest? It was kind of
be
like
transparent. Yeah.
it was kind of the only thing I had clean.
Oh, okay.
sorry.
But see, and I would argue, and this is no offense to you, but I would argue that if you truly wanted to secure a certain kind of man, you wouldn't even have stepped out in that.
Yeah, but
You would've
at
dressed-
the
you
moment,
would've put on
I
something
feel
else.
like I'm not looking for that because, like I said, I'm dealing with traumas from my past relationship and a lot of daddy issues and stuff. So that's not where I'm at right now, and I do understand that. You know, I don't want to say my healing stage because that's not where I'm at. I don't want to say I'm there, but I do understand that eventually I do have to calm myself down and change the way I am being. But I don't usually dress like this. This is the only thing I had to clean, guys.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I just can't take that seriously because you're saying I'm dealing with traumas and daddy issues, in which I mean you can very well be, but it's like I'm almost hearing it as, you know, this is why I'm acting this way because I'm dealing with daddy issues and trauma. When really,
no,
I would
wouldn't say
argue
that.
I would argue that if you were truly dealing with daddy issues and trauma, you would do everything in your power, fighting tooth and nail to go against what it is that's
100%
pushing you
agree.
towards being there.
Yep,
You know,
Exactly.
for example, like me and Eric were just transparent, like about what we were before, what we are today. You know, I used to smoke weed every single day since I was 14 years old. I'm telling you, I was high for like 13 years. Now I can't stand that shit. I can't smell it. It is disgusting to me because I remember what it was, you know, what it did to possess me, right? And it's the same thing. I mean, men and women go through different journeys and different trials and tribulations. However, the action, right? You fighting tooth and nail against what it is that you know is going to put you in a position not to secure the man that you want to be with. Because ultimately, you being 21, right?
Yep.
21 years old, right now is your time.
I
Like right
agree.
now, you're the prettiest you'll ever be. You're the most fit you'll ever be. You're the most, you know, fertile that you'll ever be. Like scientifically, like after like 28, like women's eggs come to a steady cruise control, and then after like 35, it's like, psh, like that shit don't, you know what I mean? So
And
like
you know
right
what?
now
I'm
is
gonna
your
go
time.
home and take this. This is what I'm taking.
Like
tonight
take it,
from
like
the
you know,
podcast.
I don't, you know. I'm not attracted to any of y'all, so
No,
I'm
of
telling y'all
course.
straight up, you know, like I'm telling you guys straight up, like, you know, especially the younger
Yeah,
ones,
you
like
shouldn't
you
be.
guys,
You have a woman. That's the way you respect.
Yeah.
her.
like
Basic.
the younger
Exactly.
ones, you guys, I'm telling you, like I would say, go home, look at everything you see in your closet, and begin to change it
Yep.
and filter it out,
Did that
because you
already.
guys are at the age where right now you guys can secure really any man, really, that you want. Right now is your time. Your leverage is right now. You're young, you're beautiful, you know, you guys are fertile. You get in the gym, you start looking up videos how to be feminine, how to be elegant, how to be graceful. What does a elegant woman walk? How does she sit? How does she cut her steak? You know, like all of that stuff, like little things like that matter. Like men are gonna be like, damn, yeah, I want to marry her. I want to kill and protect and, you know, provide for her for the rest of my life.